Okay. Why did my other stream end up? Okay, no, they're both live. Okay, that's live, that's live. They both seem to be live. Okay, anyway. I think so. Sorry, still trying to get this OBS thing to work properly. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. So, I put the poll up. The firmament debunks a globe. So far, we do have... let's see what the votes say. Yes, from 6 votes so far. Yes, the firmament does debunk the globe. No, 33%. So there is at least 2 votes that say no. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody decides to come in and have a discussion. Hey, Redeemed One, good to see you. Savage Lee, glad to have you in as well. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Vicky, Queen Vicky, good to see you as well. Vacuum Sucks, hello. Glad you could make it. Okay, so it's going to be exciting. Visual, 5 times visual audio. It seems to be working. Anyway, while we're waiting for people to come in, just want to say a warm welcome to everybody that's just joined the channel. Really appreciate you guys coming. It should get exciting and heated like it usually does. I know FDFE said he wants to show up tonight, so we'll see after the last punishment he got. Mr. Wonder One, hey, good to see you. Says, I think the globe is flat. I'm a simulationer. Wow, that's quite interesting. I've been seeing quite a few people these days believing the Earth is a simulation for some odd reason. I don't see how it could be, to be honest. But yes, a lot of people do think that. If you want to come in and have a discussion on why you think the Earth is a simulation, I'm more than happy to hear about it. Excuse me, but me personally, I don't think the Earth could be a simulation though. But it's interesting. Yeah, where is everybody? Maybe it's because I didn't share my show. So that means, guys, would you please do me a favor and just share the show so everybody knows we are live. There we go. Let me see if I can get some. Maybe I should share the show. Maybe that might help. Share, copy. Yes, so guys, please hit the likes. Lord Tarson, what's up, man? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Why is his chat not showing up? He says, prayers for Sov. Has been very sick recently. Not showing it, but must be scary. Has an abscess on his heart. And super high blood pressure. Streamed yesterday and felt a bit better, but prayers. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Prayers for Sov. I know he hasn't really been streaming lately, so wish all the best for you, Sov, and pray that God does heal you. Yeah, what's up? Moxie, good to see you too. And the Alkanator, glad to see you as well, in mate. You rock. Okay. We can create worlds in a computer. Do you know any other way to create and store a world? The original wiki, hello. Okay, first of all, yes, computer code is a thing. We create computer code. That's not something that's really difficult to understand. But when it comes to God is outside of the natural law. Computer code is still in natural law. It's the computer hardware still needs to be built, and because computer hardware is built and it's made through nature, which was created by God, so it's still bound by the natural laws. I still don't understand how that would put us in a simulation though. Okay, cool. Thank you, Vicky. Yeah, PJ's probably so tired, so that guy is always streaming. He needs some rest for sure. Savage D says, I long for the redemption of Jesus. Amen. I think NASA is a bunch of lying hypocrites, and there are some stubborn facets of flat earth theory, so here I am. Well, it's good to see you. I agree with you, actually. I think there's a lot of lying in NASA, but I think it's more or less on the higher echelons of on top where it's lying, maybe like the astronauts or the people in charge and stuff. But I wouldn't say normal ordinary people that work at NASA even know that what they're doing is fake. I think it's very compartmentalized, and that's why when you get to a certain level, that's when you have to start lying. That's what I do, because we've spoken to some ex-NASA employees. Let's for instance take Jesus Free Computer Geek. Him and his wife actually worked for NASA for many years, and they believed what they were doing. You understand? They weren't lying or anything, but once they came to the realization, they realized why they did certain things a certain way. So I wouldn't say the people lying, other than the people that like claim to go to space and things. That I'll say, yeah, they're liars. Smoky McBacon, if God can create a real universe, why would he ever bother with a simulation? I agree with that too, Smoky. Yeah, I don't know why he would create a simulation if he can do the real thing. Yeah, it's kind of fake then. You know what I mean? It reminds me of The Matrix. It's like, Mr. Anderson, that kind of thing. Well, it's kind of a simulation, but God didn't create creation in a sub-reality. So, yep, not a simulation, especially after that. Just as Jesus said. Yeah, look, I don't have any issues with someone leaving it to simulation. I just don't see how it can be a simulation if I know things are really working the way they do. And, my God's a real God, so I'm not going to claim that my God's a simulation. You understand? NPCs do as they are told and never question orders. NASA is full of non-players. There's a lot of zombies out there for sure, no doubt. But it doesn't mean they are actually just NPCs. It just means they are doing what they programmed to do, programmed quote unquote, or how can I say, they were conditioned to do. Remember, people get taught how to think and what to think from a very early age. So people are indoctrinated to think a certain way and to think in a certain way as well, what to think. So people just follow blindly. Hence why today people are going haywire, with all this woke nonsense and stuff. It's because they've been taught this way. They taught that this is the right way to go. And I guess this is why it's got clashing with the rest of other people, with normal people, because we understand it's wrong. So, Large Translation says, we think backwards and get caught up in our own selves. A simulation is our copy of real life. A simulation implies this is not reality. Let's say it's coded by God. It's still reality, not a sim. That's also a very good point. But that's why I said, I can't really say it's a how can I say, a simulation, because I believe my God's a real God, and that kind of takes the purpose of my real God away if I'm claiming it's a simulation. Just want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you all my Patreon supporters and my members and things. I'm planning to start doing member streams only as well. I will be working out a schedule for that. So do know that one evening a week is going to go to a members only as well. So looking forward to starting that next week. I think it's going to be exciting. Just to try and give back to the community in some way. Do you see static when you close your eyes? No, I don't see static. But if you see white dots and stuff, that's usually based on blood pressure. If you see what you would call static, you might want to go get that checked out, because it's not supposed to be normal. Hey, Sig, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Guys, again, hit the likes, share the show. Just reminding everybody to do that because it does help the show to grow. We are just waiting for some people to decide to come in. We've got 18 votes so far. So the Firmament debunks a globe. Yes, 56%. No, 44%. Not sure, 0%. So almost half the people say yes, no, that it doesn't debunk a globe. So it's interesting to see where those people are. You guys are able to come in and have the discussion, as I said. Yeah, guys, hit the likes, share the show. Well, that static might be an aftermath of our eyes getting constantly bombarded with light. That's also true. Remember, our brains are never really resting, and especially because today we are, I don't know, we have a lot of things going on, you know, always on social media, looking at our phones, looking at TV, looking at whatever, blah, blah, blah. We just don't get time to really rest, and I guess that could be that. I'm definitely not normal. Normal is bad. I agree with that, though. Yeah. Hey, Michael Kahn, he says vacuum is a 6-day-old sock. If comments again, boot the troll. Yeah, he was the first comment. I just left it because I was thinking it might have been Sean Hawkins or something. Yeah, still waiting for Globus to come in. Michael, would you want to come in and have a discussion with me about the Firmament until we get a Glober coming in or not? It'd be great to talk to someone. Otherwise, it just feels like I'm sitting here like Dal. Beyond imagine just sitting here and just looking at the screen and saying absolutely nothing, having dead air. And that's not really my kind of thing. I was going to say, yeah, I had our anniversary last night. It was nice, but the thing is my wife's not feeling too well, so we didn't go out or anything. So we just practically rested. But I got an awesome watch from my wife. It's a smartwatch, so I can track my intake calories. I even got exercise plans on here. I can do my steps and everything like the usual, and I can even set the type of exercise I'm doing, which is really cool. And it gives me the weather, gives me the time, my calories burned, my beats per minute, stuff like that, which is quite cool. Lol, Dalzoid. So no takers to come in. I mean, it is Flat Earth Friday. You would think people would want to come in. I do have a question for the people. Do you guys like the vertical streaming as well? Thank you very much for the anniversary. Blessings, Vicky. Appreciate it. Hey, Dirty Catch Up. Good to see you. So do you guys like the new vertical layout as well for the other people that want to watch on vertical? Because it does seem to be catching on quite a bit. That's quite cool. It has seemed to go to a new audience. Kevin Conrad, thank you for coming. He says SpaceX has launched 130 missions to space this year alone. No, they haven't. To orbit the moon. No, they haven't. Asteroids. No, they haven't. Etc. None of them hit any dome on the way. All of them destroy Flat Earth. Okay, let me make it very clear to you, Kevin Conrad. They didn't go to space. Space doesn't exist. It's a fake fantasy that violates the second law of thermodynamics. And even if they're claiming to go to a certain altitude, it's not to say they still would go through the firmament, because the firmament could be further than that. So your whole logic is very illogical, if I put it at best. And no, launched 130 missions to space. Maybe their missions to space was just that, but it didn't go to space, and it's definitely not as they tell you. I can't come. I'm just about to watch a film. Nice. What film are you going to watch, Michael? But yeah, it's a... Hey, Jesus Ready to Return. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Kev, where's the 4K live footage orbiting the moon? You will never get that, mate. We'll never, ever get that. Hey, Auder Estefasser. Good to see you. I've watched some of the launches live and literally seen the rockets hit a skid across the firmament and the Earth closed to reality. Yeah, don't know why I'm saying that accent. I think he's British, by the way. But yeah, we've seen some rockets do some weird, funky stuff when it goes high altitude. Smokey says, yeah, vertical doesn't show the side shot, horizontal shows some of it. Yeah, unfortunately, it is that way. I decided not to put the side chat on the vertical because otherwise it's just too small. You can't see anything. But I get a lot of people actually watching in there. As long as people are watching, that's all that counts, because we must get, you know, the information out there to people. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Vicky did say PJ is going to come in soon, so we'll just wait for when we see Mr. PJ here. Maybe I should unmute myself in StreamYard. That also might be a good thing. There we go. You see now? Okay, yeah. Now I'm showing to work there. Yes, British here. Dear is Latin motto for today is to do. Hey Emma, good to see you. Glad you can make it. Says, I was in the wrong stream again. Hello everyone. Hope your wife is feel better soon. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope so too. Shame. It's not nice to see her that way. Kevin, how do you know NASA's Ingenuity Mars drone worked in an atmosphere with 1% density of Earth? Well, that's the thing. I actually made a video a while back. Let me see if I can actually get it up for you guys, because I made a video a while back about the Mars rover thing. I've showed it a few times, but some people haven't watched it, so let's see if I can get it up again. It's about dust devils on Mars. And the question about it is, how do you have a dust devil on Mars if the atmosphere is only 1% of Earth's atmosphere, and you need very certain conditions for a dust devil to exist? And yet those dust devils look and behave exactly as they do on Earth. Really odd stuff. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Sometimes you come across an old video and you look at yourself like, oh, cringe. Let's see, where is it? Still looking, guys, still looking. Dust devil, where is it? Still looking, guys, sorry. I actually have to go and sometime update my old thumbnails and stuff, and titles maybe. It will make it a bit easier to find it, because sometimes it's difficult to find the actual video you're looking for, and then you look at the stuff and it's like you've leveled up when it comes to these things, because a lot of things just don't. Man, where is it? Mars is faked. I think it's that one. I think it's this one. Okay. I think it's this one. I think so. Let me get it up for you guys. Okay. And I'm gonna have to do it through StreamYard again. Share screen. Mars is faked. Let's make it full screen. Gonna have to go this way. Okay. And let's make it like that. I think it's showing. Okay. There we go. This is a video I did on fake Mars a few years ago. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. My old intro and everything. Enjoy. If I press play, it might help. The story of Mars landings are fake. Is what presented to us about Mars real? Did someone really land a rover on Mars? If you believe it's true, then this is for you. Let's start with, can we even get to Mars? Mars is said to be in space as a terraform spheroid. Mars is said to be in a super low pressure system, known as the vacuum of space. It is said to have an atmosphere surrounding it, like Earth. This is the first red flag. Atmo always requires containment. It would violate the law of entropy. Let's look at the demonstration of entropy.
Of these bulbs, some bromine, and in the other I have a vacuum. And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one to the other. Now that is the simplest change we can have, perhaps, because all that happens is a change in entropy. In this case, the expansion into a vacuum, nothing else is involved. There's no energy change, there's no temperature change, there's no change except entropy.
Second red flag. Gas takes the shape of its container. If no containment, then how do we have gas pressure? Let's ignore these points for a moment and look what is presented on so-called Mars.
And was greeted with a spectacular sight. A dust devil was spotted on the crater floor. Spirit, Opportunity's sister rover, had seen dust devils in the past, but they were a lot rarer for Opportunity. It is believed that dust devils passing over the rovers had been responsible for the occasional cleaning events that removed dust off the rover's solar panels.
Hold on, a dust devil on Mars that's said to have less than 1% of Earth's atmosphere? What are dust devils? Dust devils form when hot air at the surface begins to rise rapidly in much cooler air. How is it possible to have a very cold and very low atmospheric pressure sphere in space? It's not possible. Is that the sun? Why does it look like the way like we see on Earth? PJ's coming in. Woohoo. Yoo-hoo. We're just quickly watching a video.
Are we in Mars?
Yeah, we're in Mars. It's one of my old videos showing how fake Mars is.
Oh yeah, I did what you were doing, the late and things like that. Is that a rainbow in Mars?
Yeah, a rainbow on Mars, guys.
Nice.
Last time I checked, you need moist in the atmosphere to be able to make a rainbow. You need rain droplets.
Oh.
Oh. Simple as that. Please be honest with yourself. Yay! So how's it going,
Nice.
Paul Joe?
Oh good. I just had to go to the shop. It took me about 7 years just to go to the shop and back because my feet are killing. But yeah, I'm back.
Still waiting for Mr. Globus to come in. They were so excited
No,
about coming in tonight. Even FTP
Yeah, I
said
mean,
he
if-
wants to come, but nothing so far. Really odd.
Everybody wanted flat Earth back, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they were moaning with me, like, I need flat Earth. Now I've got flat
Not
Earth
flat
for
Earth
them on
channel anymore.
Fridays. Huh?
It's not a flat Earth channel anymore. Why do you think you're losing subs? You know, you try and do a bit of flat Earth, and nobody wants to come on. It's mad.
At the moment, I'm getting more views and stuff for non-flat Earth than flat Earth, so I'm doing
Yeah.
literally doing flat Earth for the people that asked for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
Right.
good to see you, man. So do you know we
It's-
live in a firmament? We have a firmament over Earth.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bible says it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the Bible says it. I mean, we observe the stars move around us, the sun and moon move around us. We don't seem to move at all. I don't feel it. You know, so like to me, well, and what we observe, it's them that orbit. It's them that circle around us, the lights in the sky. You know, luminaries in the sky circle us.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible also kind of backs that up with the firmament type thing.
Yeah, the Bible's actually very clear on the firmament, and it's actually reiterated quite a few times straight through the Bible. So it's actually very important as well.
Yeah, and there's got to be some kind of physical containment because we know with gas pressure you need physical containment to hold it. So
Yeah.
common sense does that too. You know?
And how else will you separate the waters above from the waters below if you don't have physical containment?
Right. Right. Absolutely.
I see quite a few people have voted no, yet we don't see anybody coming in. Why is it? So it's like they're literally just going to vote. That's it. We've
come
got
in to
37 votes. The firmament debunks a globe. Yes, 43%. No, 57%. So where are ye globers? Thy are petrified to show us this uppest, to defend us thy globest.
Yeah.
Yes, Emma, the Bible actually says the firmament is a physical thing. Should we actually get some scriptures up? I think that's a good idea. Let's get some scriptures up. Because everybody knows I love me some scriptures. Genesis. Blue letter. Let's get the blue letter. I enjoy the blue letter. And share screen. Is it showing it? Why is it not sharing screen? Okay, let's try again. Share screen. Okay, there we go. I have to say, my internet's been doing a few weird things today for some reason, so please be patient with me. Do you know BLB is user supported? Okay, great. Now, I want to dismiss that. Okay. Okay. So we go to Genesis. Oh. In the beginning. Okay, Genesis 1 verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Bereshit Elohim created, what was it? I can't remember the Hebrew now. Well, he created, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Which is interesting because it always used to be heavens. Some translations still have heavens. If you go through to the actual Hebrew, the root still shows heavens. So that's a thing that's been changed. Genesis 1 verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. We all know that debunks a globe, full stop, because a globe needs to have form. And God is clearly saying when he created, there was no form. And there was no light, so there was no sun. And according to the heliocentric belief system, you require the sun to be before the earth. And they required it to be billions of years before the earth, even there, just to let you guys know. And also, when God moved upon the face of the waters, that means the earth's flat. Okay? Because the face of waters is flat. Genesis 1 verse 3. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Question, PJ, on that first day. Was the sun there yet?
No, not on the first day, no.
So no globe yet. That's weird.
Oh.
How does... Wait, maybe we can understand. What does a globe dictate for for a day? What's a day according to the globe, though?
Well, you need to... one rotation of the Earth is a day. So, you know... And 365 days is a year, and that's considering the orbit of the Earth.
Hi guys.
So it needs the sun. It needs the sun.
Exactly.
Sun
What's
has to
up,
be
Chris?
sent out.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Chris? How's it going?
Yeah, well, I'm doing fine. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect, man.
Very much so.
Okay, nice, thanks.
So yeah,
Pleasure to be here.
it's good to see you, man. So yeah, the first problem the globe has is the globe the Earth was created without any form, so therefore it's not a sphere. Second of all, the sun is not there, but there's a day, and a sun according to this globe, the day according to globe is the rotation of the Earth on its axis of 24 hours around the sun.
Yeah.
And there's no globe yet,
Yep.
there's no sun yet, so there's no way to have the first day. Give me 2 seconds, guys. My children are making a big noise. Coming out, sorry. Sorry about that.
You're fine, Peter.
Yeah, I'm good. I wish Zep would stop me so many socks though. You know.
Okay,
Do you think Zep disguise yourself from Zep? You know what I mean? Come on.
Okay. So this is where it gets to for Emma, because she doesn't know that the Bible talks about the firmament being physical. Genesis 1 verse 6, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Now, I wonder if I can put the Strongs on quickly. Yes, I can. Okay. Let's get to firmament, just so they can see what the firmament is. Okay. Rakia. Everybody repeat after me. Rakia.
Rakia.
Rakia is the Hebrew word for the firmament. Now, notice, I got to just point out there are 2 different types of firmament in the Hebrew language, Hamashem and Rakia. Rakia is the solid firmament, and Hamashem is the sky, as in the heavens where the birds fly. That's sky. Okay, so we'll get to that. But as you see there, Rakia, it's a masculine noun. It says, oh, it's difficult when I'm got it small like this. There we go. Why is it not showing me? Huh? Okay, I gotta make it bigger. Sorry, guys. Can you see it now, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Extended surface, solid. So it's a solid expanse, firmament. So what it says, the expanse is flat as base and its support. The firmament, or vault of heaven supporting waters above. Considered by Hebrews as solid and supporting waters above.
So no universe.
No universe at all.
Well, we can't get there.
So, yeah, the Bible's very clear the firmament is solid. Correct, guys?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And this is what I have a question to all the Christian globers out there. Is it more important to believe man, who says, guys, I'm going to Mars? Or is it more important to believe God, where he says, guys, I created a solid firmament. I created a stationary plane. I created the earth to be close to me, you know, that you guys are as grasshoppers under my footstool, as you know, I can see you as like on the circle of earth, because I want you to be close to me, to have a relationship with me. Remember, God walked with Adam and Eve in the garden physically. Okay, he walked with them. Okay, God created us to have a relationship with us. The problem with the globe is the globe teaches us that we are just here by chance, and we're just an infinite speck. We're just a little bitty speck in an infinite sea of nothingness and galaxies and everything. It's just spreading as far away as possible, and the universe is expanding. It's literally teaching us that God is moving further and further away from us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It goes against what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches us a personal, loving God who created us for a purpose and a reason and to spend time with us. Where the globe teaches everything opposite of that. It's literally a perversion of God's creation.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we all know...
It divides so much.
Mm-hmm. And no, Wesley, that's not what... That's weird that you think that's what the globe teaches. No, that's what the globe does teach. I can bring you Louis Giglio. When I was a Glober Christian for a long time, I used to love watching Louis Giglio, where he talks about, look how small Earth is. And then he shows us the sun. Then he shows us Poltergeist. Then he shows us bigger and bigger. And he says, God cares so much about us. He made us so tiny. But look at all the other huge things he made. You know what I mean? And then he shows us this little speck of dust. And yeah, the globe does teach an ever-expanding universe. And if you are claiming God is outside of our universe, that means he's expanding with that universe.
Right.
Hey, Luca, what's up, man?
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, mister?
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
It's good, it's good. So we finally got a globe in. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Unless you've become a
I'm
flat
the
earther.
first one,
It
huh?
on the globe.
Unless you become a flat earther.
Nah, then you guys have no one.
Wesley,
Nice.
Wesley, actually, you know what, Wesley, I'd love you to actually come in and explain to me why you disagree with what I just said about the Earth, though, the globe Earth. Because that is what it is.
Oh?
Hey, Charles, good to see you, mate.
What did you just say about the globe Earth?
No, I was explaining to him what the heliocentric model teaches.
Uh-huh.
And he's saying that's not how. So I want to understand what his view of it is if he comes in and explains to us.
What specifically does the heliocentric model teach?
I
We
don't
were
know.
Like,
talking
what
about
do
the
you talk
firmament.
about?
Yeah, I just said
The
so.
firmament?
Well, yeah. Okay, let's for instance take the firmament. Does your globe teach a firmament, Luca?
No.
Exactly. What does the Bible teach a firmament?
Yup.
Yes.
So you would understand as a globe believing Christian, you would have to come to a crossroad and decide, okay, wait, who am I going to trust? God of the Bible or man that tells me that's different to God of the Bible? Correct? You would understand that.
I know you can be a Christian and still
Yeah, no,
be
I'm
a
saying you
glober.
can, but it puts you in a crossroad though.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same crossroad I had to come into, because I've always been a Christian Glober my whole life, practically my whole life. And I had to face the facts. Like when reading the Bible, and I came to realization, it's like, whoa, this doesn't actually teach what I was thinking this whole life, what I've been taught by the pastors and things my whole life. It's totally different.
I suppose. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I would love to get Wesley on to give us just his viewpoint on how he sees it though, because I've heard this from the same thing as what he says. It's like, no, I'm saying my God is very powerful because he can make these great things. Who says God can't make all these great things?
Yeah.
Who says they're not inside our firmament?
Exactly. I mean, God is very powerful, but he doesn't need to make a whole heliocentric universe to prove that. You know what I mean? I mean, that to me, it might make him obviously he's almighty anyway. He could do that if he wanted, but to me, that makes him very impersonal when he wants a relationship, and it's not impersonal.
It goes against God's character.
Yeah.
If you go look at God's character, the globe goes against God's character, and it goes against what the scriptures teach of what he created on. I mean, there's just no getting around. Look at Joshua 10, for instance, when Joshua when Joshua tells the sun and moon to stop over Ajalon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very clear.
It's just great that
I'm sorry, yeah?
that we learn that we're the center and not just a flying ball through the space.
Exactly.
So it's so great to wake up, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it does come to a crossroad with a Christian though. If you get faced with, my Bible teaches something I don't believe in, you have to unfortunately make that point and think, okay, am I going to trust what the Bible says, or am I going to trust what some man says with the white lab coat or whatever? You know what I mean? And it doesn't make you not a Christian, just to point this out. If you do believe in space, whatever, that's your prerogative. I'm not saying you're not a Christian. I'm just saying that you have a crossroad that you have to go through, and you have to try and deal with it yourself, because I know as I'm a Christian, I don't want to stand before God one day and he asks me, why did you trust man over me? I don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I mean, most Christian Globers don't see it as a crossroad, because they take it as not literally, but maybe phenomenological.
What's it called?
Phenomenological. So they're trying to say it's hyperbole.
Yes.
So they see this phenomenological language, not.
Yeah, you're trying to say it's hyperbole. So they're trying to say it's all just based on meaning, on viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's just a cop out, because the thing is, when it comes to Genesis, it's historical language. You get poetic language and you get historic language. You get different type of context and languages in the Bible. And Genesis 1 is historic language. There's no hyperbole there. It's very straightforward. Day 1, blah blah. Day 2, blah blah.
I can see it from both. I can see it. I can see it from both. If you take it literally, then yeah, it would.
But you have to take it literal because it's historical language.
But if you take it
hyperbole just means exaggerated. That's not exaggerated language. That's more like metaphorical language that they're thinking of, isn't it? Because I think hyperbole is more like exaggerated than metaphorical. Just to be straight.
Yeah, that just makes more sense, everything, you know. It's so important that we are the middle of it and that we are in the creation, you know, and not the universe and everything what they tell us.
See, to me, if you're being hyperbolic, you're exaggerating. To me, it's not exaggerated language. It's if you're using it that way, you're using it in metaphorical, figurative language. You know what I mean? But it's literally, it's literal. It's literal. Simple.
Yeah, it brings me nearer to God, you know, to the Creator, you know. Just that truth.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Savage says maybe we can see through the firmament, but not pass through it. Actually, the Bible also talks about it as well. Who was it that fell asleep that was able to see through it, and they were able to say Elijah? And he saw the firmament as emerald, and he could see, see through the firmament, see Jesus on the throne. I think he saw Moses as well, talking to God or something like that. But I gotta say something, guys. God is not a God of confusion, okay? And if God says to Moses, this is how I created the earth, okay? There's no confusion there. No confusion at all.
I mean, I'm sure he'd have no problem describing a sphere. No problem.
Wesley Grantwell says Genesis 1 is Hebrew poetry. No, it's not Hebrew poetry. Genesis 1 is historical language. There's no poetry in Genesis. You see, that's what I'm saying. This is their kind of cop-out that they have to try use.
Yeah, it's not. So, I mean, what? So,
yeah.
So God spoke the word, everything in existence turns into Big Bang and evolution. No.
Yeah, that's so insane with the Big Bang, yeah. In my belief.
Nuts.
How could you tell what it happens, I don't know, 40 million years ago, or what they tell us?
You can't tell everything.
Let's share the screen. Okay, this is the Hebrew Bible. Genesis 1. See there we say, the creation of heaven and earth, of light and firmament of the earth, separate from waters and made fruitful, of the sun and moon, stars, fish, fowl. Okay. Bereshit bar Elohim et hashamayim v'et eretz. Okay, so in the beginning, God, Elohim. Remember, this is actually Elohim is the Trinity, just to let everybody know. Okay.
Yeah.
Created the heavens and the earth. Varetz hayatohu hovu vatsu panei homvruch Elohim marfet apanei amahem. So, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. Vayamor Elohim aya ahayau. And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. Elohim divided the day, the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. There is no poetry there. He's saying, this is what he said, this is what he created, this is what he called it.
Straight out.
Quite straightforward, correct?
Yeah, I think it's simple. Absolutely.
And Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
So, I mean, what would be poetical about the waters above and the waters below? What would that represent? You know, in poetical language, it doesn't make sense. You know, to a heliocentric world, waters above from waters below. You know?
No.
So,
Yeah, but like I was saying, Genesis is very straightforward when it tells you God said this, God made this, and he called it this. It's historical language. There's no poetry there. If we go, for instance, to Psalms, that's poetic language. When David is singing a song of Psalms, that's poetic language. Okay?
yeah. In Lamentations, when they're whining, it's poetic. You know, Song of Songs, poetic. You know, that type of stuff.
I mean, let's for
Please,
instance, let's for instance say with in Genesis as well, where it says, and he begat, and he begat, and he begot, and he begat. That is literal again. It's historical lineage. It's telling you who begat who and who begat who. What is poetic about that?
I was going to say, if that's poetry, it's the worst poem ever. You know?
It's the most boring poem. Because I mean,
it's hard.
It's difficult. Hard. It's very difficult to read through who begat who the whole time. Just to let you guys know.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy. It's a lot easier when you got Alexander Scurby saying it for you. You know, it's easier.
Right, it's actually simple.
I mean, that's what
hard.
The worldview was back then, wasn't it? People actually did believe that there was a dome, right?
Well, they believed it because in the olden days, yeah, they believed it because it's true.
So when Genesis talks about the firmament, it isn't describing a physical dome in a scientific sense.
Yes, it is.
It's physically talking about a dome. Yes.
It's using.
How would you know? How would you know?
Isn't it using what people understood about the world back then?
No.
So.
The thing is,
so it's poetically.
No,
it's not poetic.
Jesus,
you don't even read the Bible. You're telling us what it is.
Jesus spoke face to face with Moses, and he told him how he created the earth. There's no poetic language there. This is the link Wesley's put up, told us to try and go look through. This is what Bible analysis. On what basis is Genesis 1 said to be Hebrew poetry? The chapter is structured around a sequence of 7 days, which each day featuring a pattern of divine command followed by fulfillment. This structure exhibits a poetic symmetry, with each day building up on the previous one and contributing to overarching theme of divine creation. The opening chapter of the book of Genesis in the Bible is rich and profound text that has been the subject of extensively study and interpretation. One of the intriguing aspects of Genesis 1 is that question if it's literally genre and structure. While the text is often viewed as historical narrative, there is a compelling argument to be made for understanding it's a form of Hebrew poetry. This perspective sheds new light on the beauty and complexity of the creation account that offers a deeper appreciation for its significance. The basis for identifying Genesis 1 as Hebrew poetry lies in the linguistic and structural characteristics, which align with the conventions of ancient Hebrew poetic literature. Unlike modern Western poetry, which often relies on rhyme and meta, Hebrew poetry is characterized by parallelism and distinctive features of biblical poetry. Parallelism involves the repetition and contrast or development of ideas in successive lines of text, creating a rhythmic and artistic form of expression. We find a pattern of parallelism in an indicative of Hebrew poetry. The chapter is structured around a sequence of 7 days, with each day featuring a pattern of divine command followed by fulfillment. This structure exhibits a poetic symmetry which each day open the previous one, contributing to overreaching theme of divine creation. Furthermore, the use of repetitive language and the deliberate arrangement of phrases in Genesis 1 reflect the hallmarks of Hebrew poetic style. For example, the refrain, "And God saw that it was good," is repeated after each act of creation. Oh, that doesn't make it poetry.
Wow.
No, it underlines. It
That's a
underlines
that's a
my belief.
statement. That is a statement.
It's
God's
yes.
always good.
It's a statement to say whatever God makes is good. Okay? God's reiterating how good it was. Wow. Okay.
But we've got to believe it's poetical.
They have to.
Well, hold on. What does face-to-face mean here, though?
Like me and you are talking now. Okay? Moses went up on a mountain and he spoke to God. God was in front of him, was speaking to him.
But doesn't it say no one shall see God and live?
Who says he was looking at him? Who says he was looking at him?
So not
even when it's still face to face. I can sit in front of you and look down at the floor. Look, I'm still sitting face to face talking to you.
And what you? But you, no. You
face to face doesn't literally mean looking at each other. For instance, let's go back to when Moses found the burning bush. Okay, he went and he found the burning bush, and God said to him, "Take off your sandals, because this is holy ground." He walked. He was talking to God face to face, but it was a bush of fire. He couldn't see God's face.
I don't think that's face to face.
That's face to face, Luca.
That doesn't sound like face to face to me.
Okay, how do I place this in another way? If you stand in front of someone and the one person's blind, Luca,
mm-hmm.
and you're talking to each other face to face, but that blind person can't see you, are you still talking face to face? Yeah.
Okay.
That's how Moses was. He didn't look at God's face. He couldn't. It's too bright.
I suppose. Huh. That's kind of a. It's a good question. How you can interpret that?
He didn't see his face. He's seen his glory. He's just seen God's
a
glimpse of God's glory. He didn't see his face.
No, but
listen, Luca. Yeah, he didn't see his face. He was just seen as a glimpse of God's glory. He didn't see God's face.
Amen.
No, well then it's not okay. No.
You just conceded. It was still face to face. You went to double down then, didn't you, after conceding, like you usually do?
Huh? What I do?
You went to double down. You went to double down then, didn't you? Until you realised that you'd already conceded.
What? No, I said I can see how people would technically think that seeing a blind person face to face is not really possible.
When I said that Moses seen a glimpse of God's glory, didn't see his face, you were about to say, well, that's not face to face then. You were about to say that.
Yeah.
And then you stopped because you realised that you'd already conceded.
No. I didn't concede.
You did. You did. You said that you agreed with Flats that you could be face to face and not see his face.
Then I started to say that how I can see how people would say that it's impossible to view a blind person face to face.
Luca, I actually got a question for you
see your face.
I've actually got a question for you based on the globe. Why?
If two people are face to face and they shut their eyes, they can't see each other. They're still face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Face to face is just a language used of two people standing by each other talking.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I can see both viewpoints then. I can see both ways. I can see. I can see what you mean. Yes, I can see that. Okay. Yeah, I can see it both ways now. Okay, sure.
Just built on lies.
But again, that's I can see it both ways.
See that you
That's
just said there, Luca,
etymological
you
as
just
well.
said you were just doing the same kind of thing there. You says I see it both ways. When you don't actually see it, you're knowing it, but you're not seeing it, are you? But you can use that language. I see it
But I
both
can
ways.
see the different. I can see the different
Exactly,
viewpoints.
but you're not
being-
actually seeing it, are you? You're knowing it. I know what you're talking about. Basically, it's just language, isn't it? I see it different ways. When you're
Yeah,
not
it's
actually seeing
language.
it.
Again,
There you go. There you go.
but that's what I say. Phenomenological again, since it's just viewpoint. You know.
Yeah.
I believe more in the words of God than I believe a teacher or a scientist or a NASA, or
But
just makes more sense, everything.
I got a question for all the globe believers though. Why are all the so-called planets and stars and things named after pagan deities?
Weird.
Right, isn't that just tradition at this point?
Yeah, but why is the tradition after pagan deities?
Yeah.
Well, it started out. Well, the first celestial body that was named was way back in the day, and they used a deity to name it. So they named it after a deity. So I guess that
Okay.
tradition kind of
Okay,
stuck around
Okay,
of naming things after gods.
is America seen as a Christian country?
What does that mean?
Is America claiming to be a Christian country?
I don't know. They're Christians in
Yes, they claim
America.
to be a Christian country. Anyway, why is it that all the so-called space missions always have pagan names from a Christian country?
Well,
I
why?
wouldn't call them
Smoky McBacon. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, why name them after pagan gods? I mean, does it matter whether Keith wanted them to be named after saints?
The point I'm making, Smoky Bacon, is that the heliocentric model is a perversion of God. Okay?
Yeah.
That includes the names as well. The reason why the planets and things which the Bible is very clear, it's wandering stars, it's not planets, okay, are named after pagan deities, it's because it's mocking God's creation. And what I'm trying to point to parallel with this is when you get the space agencies like NASA and ESA and all the different space agencies, all their missions and everything is based on pagan deities. Everything's pagan. Okay? How can you have a so-called Christian country using pagan deities for everything?
Right.
Oh well, I guess then we must worship Thor on Thursday because Thursday is named after Thor. So
Exactly my point, Luca.
but we all know that's not true. We don't worship Thor on Thursday.
No, it's literally the symbolism behind it.
That's not really a. It's not really a symbolism, though.
Yes, it's a very big
It's
symbolism.
just because that's how they named them.
Oh.
That's it.
They're using it.
You've become complacent because you've grown up
It's
with
a
it.
name.
You've become complacent to accept it because you've grown up with it.
Point is, why use those names of false gods when these are meant to be Christian
Well,
names?
they are celestial.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly, Emma.
they're meant to be Christians. That's the point, Luca. They're meant to be Christians. They're using pagan god names.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
It's
Exactly.
It's not
Emma says early
really-
astronomers wrote in Latin, the language of the Roman Empire, names of Roman gods. That's what Google says.
Yeah.
the entire country being Christian is not true.
Oh,
America's not seen as a conservative Christian country. Are you smoking something?
Everyone in America.
obviously not everyone is Christians. My goodness.
So it's not a Christian country then.
The government base themselves on Christian principles and stuff like that. The government say they're Christian,
wait.
don't they?
Do you know what who made the independence of Declaration of Independence, Luca?
No.
Christians. Supposed Christians. What does America stand on?
Well, I don't know much
They
about
stand on
America.
those values created by their so-called Christian forefathers.
Exactly. Like the UK is meant to be a Christian country, but
Not
it's
anymore.
barely Christian. Exactly. I mean, the king's meant to be defender of the faith.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
He
let's
sits
face
down,
it, King
Alaikum,
Charles.
Alaikum salam.
Let's face it, King Charles is a king's butthole.
No. Awful, man.
He doesn't really do anything, does he?
No. I mean, back in the day, kings used to go into battle. You know what I mean? You know, nowadays, they could just go into the army and stuff like that, and they go into the
Well,
military.
now they're just going to do talks. They just go and do talks and show off their jewelry and say, "Ah, look at me, I'm the king." Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite insane. Yeah, Christopher Allen. Our money says, "In God we trust,"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
while showing an all-seeing eye on a pyramid.
So much symbolic, yeah.
But as I say, there was unfortunately a lot of Masonic influence as well in the forefathers, so you'll expect to see these kind of things. Woohoo, Kunal, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while, man. No Globies want to come in and have discussion? Unless, Luca, you want to debate someone on gas burst without container or gravity or whatever you want.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Join us.
I don't mind having a debate about something.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me think. Okay. Let's see.
Can you have gas burst without containment, Luca?
Well,
Next point.
no.
Great! So the Earth's not a globe. Well done. Welcome to Flat Earth.
How's that?
That was
sir?
quick. You just said you can't have gas without containment.
Containment. Yeah,
And the Earth is not... The globe Earth's not contained, so...
but like,
Okay.
Isn't
Peter, you guys take
gravity
this on.
the container?
I've had this discussion many years.
gravity is the container here.
I think we
That,
don't.
so,
You can't have a vacuum next to a normal pressure system. It's impossible.
but we don't have a vacuum next to a low. But that's not true. We don't have a vacuum next to a whatever you say. We don't have a vacuum next to a low pressure area.
I agree.
Or a
I agree with that.
non-vacuum.
I agree.
Then
No,
you're
we say we
welcome.
don't either. That's not true. Globers don't say that ever. We have a vacuum next to it. We don't say that. Oh,
Of course.
PJ.
Peter's probably going to come in again now.
You explained that the atmosphere is getting thinner, and then it's the
Yeah.
vacuum.
Yeah. Until we
Yes,
doesn't
yes.
know that vacuum.
It's possible.
How's that?
Just
Why is
impossible. You need to have a solid dome, or something solid, what keeps the vacuum away from the normal pressure system.
Like, we don't ever. I have never seen any. What's the right wording here? There is no evidence for the dome that the globe can't explain
Oh,
without
there
using
is.
a dome. Such as when they fired rockets up into the atmosphere. The explanation is not that there is a dome, it's just that they were testing how the atmosphere would react or something like that. That was it. They weren't testing for the dome there. So for you to
So
say that they were indeed testing for the dome or trying to break through the dome or doing whatever, you'd have to prove that they were actually using that as a test to break through the dome. You know? You'd have to provide evidence for that, but there is none. So, well, I
Elon
haven't
Musk
seen it.
shows us a little bit about it with his rocket stars. He shows us that there is something what the rocket hits, and it's like a water, or I don't know what it is, but it stops the rocket and
We
makes
can't
some
really.
damage in it, but it repairs itself. I don't know what it is, but the water above explains much. I mean, you never saw Elon Musk's rocket stars, the SpaceX.
Isn't that
They're
just
good pictures.
because the atmosphere gets like thinner and thinner? It appears. It like spreads out a lot. You know, the boost of the rocket. It's like it spreads out a lot. So it's like the gas spreads out or something like that. It's like it starts off boosting up, and you just see that regular fire thing, whatever, combustion coming out the back of it. But as it gets higher and higher, it spreads out a lot because there's little
Yeah, there's no.
air.
Yeah, there's nothing really holding it back. Hey, Oren, how's it going, man?
Hey man, can you hear me today?
Yeah. What's up?
Nice and clearly.
Oh,
I can hear Luca, so wait.
it's Aaron.
Yeah, it's Oren. Yeah.
That's Glover, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Good. Hey, I think there's a bad echo. Just hold on, dude. Hold on.
Sounds fine to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, hold on.
I'm a Glover.
Nice.
Oh, just look at the NASA videos with their rocket launchers. They all goes not straight ahead.
Coming
Why
right.
they make big
I think
scars?
it's freezing by him now. But Luca, yeah, the thing is with the rockets, if it's supposedly going into this vacuum, okay, how will you have propulsion if there's nothing to push back?
Well, the initial like it pushes off itself, right? That's what
In vacuum, no rockets would function.
it's like. It's like a little explosion inside the rocket, and then the explosion gets because there's nowhere for the explosion to go. It goes out that the hole at the other end of the spaceship, and when the explosion goes out that hole, it forces the spaceship in the opposite direction because equal and opposite reaction. No, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So they use what Newton said.
Mm-hmm. His laws of motion.
Alright, that should be better.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Good.
Okay.
I can still hear Luca. I don't understand how.
It sounds fine by our side. We're not hearing any echo.
Alright, I'll just ignore him. This is a thought experiment I had, which was, it might be quite, well, not complex, but just hard to describe. So I just wanted your idea on it. So, if we can imagine, you know, how a lot of flat earthers have said that you can't have air pressure because you've already got containment. So any kind of demonstrations of air pressure, flat earthers have said, well, there's already containment, so that's why you've got that differential. Does that sound cool to you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're already in the contained system.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, cool. So, the other question was, if we imagine that we have a flat Earth, and you, I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you've agreed that we've got the North Pole at the middle, and then you've also agreed that a certain distance out from that we have an equator.
Yeah, I would say so. Explained that way, yeah.
So if we forget anything past the equator, any land on the flat Earth past the equator, we just ignore that altogether, okay?
Okay.
Just take the amount of land from the center out to the equator, and then if we use a dome calculator, which you can get, we should be able to get a volume of air within that dome, right?
It also depends on what shape the dome is, though, because
exactly.
If we go to the Bible, it does say vault, and a lot of the vaults also, like, I don't know if you've ever been to a cathedral before.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has like a weird arch. Yeah, it's like a weird arch kind of thing.
Yeah, but even if we imagine it as a normal shaped dome, which would be the best scenario, not the best scenario, how do I say it? It would be the least amount of air for you. Yep.
Okay.
We can work out that volume. And then we could, one of the things that I've always said is, you know, how do you demonstrate air without a container? I've said aeroplane's wing, you know, it has a high pressure and a low pressure underneath it when it's traveling, yeah. And so we could work out, we've got a 10-foot plane wing, and it's making a difference within this massive volume of air. Because we can work out how much air would be, let's say that a normal plane flies at, let's say it's at least 70, the dome is at least 70,000 feet high. We know it's that kind of minimum, right?
Okay.
So we could say it's at least that. We could work out that volume, and then we could say, okay, well, how big is a plane wing? And then what percentage of that plane wing is within that entire volume of dome, and then work out how could that volume of dome be affected by a plane wing. Does that make sense so far?
Okay. But
so I looked on the internet, and there's a lake, and I don't know how close it is to you, but it's a lake. I think it's called Siwa Siwa or something. Do you have a big lake?
Siwa what?
It's a lake in South Africa, a freshwater lake. I don't know how far it is to you, but
freshwater lake.
Yeah, Siwa. I could look, but I'm saying those picture phone in case I miss it up.
Lake Siwa. Lake Sibaya.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite far from me.
So that
Just to
has.
let you know.
It's what?
It's quite far from me, just to let you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just saying it's so that lake is 700 million liters.
Yeah, cubic meters. Yeah.
So yeah, no, 700 million. 700.
Cubic meters.
700 million. No, not cubic meters. 700 million liters. I think the cubic meters is less than that. 700,000
Okay, it says,
or.
isn't M3 cube?
Yeah, yeah. Is that what it says?
Yeah, water volume 700 million cube.
Okay, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's still less than much less than what the dome is that I'm talking about. That dome would hold trillions of liters of air. So if I was on one side of that lake and you took a cup of water, if you took a cup of water out on the other side of the lake, we wouldn't expect that the lake would show any difference, right? If you removed a liter or a cup or
Yeah, you wouldn't
dropped
really
a rock
realize.
in. No, so when we come to a plane wing, why do we expect that a plane wing would be affected by the volume of air, which we're talking about in an absolute minimum?
No, I'm trying to figure out what you mean
It's
with it,
complex.
but the thing is, the plane wing works with Bernoulli's principle. And
Yeah.
what we're trying to make, to get you guys to understand what the argument is, that air which gives the plane wing lift because of Bernoulli's principle is already in that contained system. So that little bit of air it's playing with doesn't really matter to the whole system as a whole. The fact that there is air there in the first place because it's contained is the argument. It's like taking it's like taking a goldfish and throwing it in 3 different sized ponds. The pond doesn't matter. The size of the pond doesn't matter. The fact is there is a pond and it's filled with water and the fish is inside there. So when that fish is now swimming around in that pond, it's already in that contained environment. It's the same with airplane. It's flying around in the already contained environment.
It actually does matter. So if you had a fishbowl and you put a big goldfish in a fishbowl, the fish would feel more pressure on it from the volume of water. The water level would rise, and that there would be significant pressure changes of the water on the fish and for the fish.
Depends
Unless it was, but if you threw it into a bathtub, then that's going to be much less. And then if you threw it into a lake,
it depends what depth the fish swims at, though.
Okay, so you're saying because of a weight of air or however you describe it, there's more pressure lower, and that's why it has a greater effect on the wing of the plane.
No, what happens is with the fish, as you just explained, for the fish to experience more pressure, it has to go lower. So in other words, you would have to assume that all 3 ponds are at different depths, and the fish is going at a lower depth to experience more pressure, because that fish will experience exactly the same pressure in all 3 ponds if it's swimming exactly the same depth.
No, yes. It won't. No.
The pressure that comes for the fish is only straight on top of it. It's not from the sides.
No, well, that's just not the case. There's definitely pressure on the sides. I mean, that submarine that exploded recently that went down really deep.
Yeah, but isn't the same in the atmosphere?
To the bottom.
I want to show you
When you go underwater and your ears start to hurt, it's because it's the pressure on the side of your ears, not because of the pressure on the top
I
of
agree.
your
There's
head.
pressure all around, but the main pressure comes from on top, not from the sides.
Yeah. So we talk, but So yes, that's because we talk about the weight of the water from gravity, from being something, and you talk about RDD. So what I'm saying is, if we've got a bowl, and then we've got a kitchen sink, and then we've got a bathtub. If we put the fish in and it only swam in the top centimeter of water in each of those examples, it's nothing about the fish. The volume, the pressures within the water would change. So the fish would take up some space, and therefore the water level would rise, and the actual, if you could measure the pressure, I'm sure there would be a slight pressure in the smallest vessel. So, and then in a bathtub, it doesn't matter at all. So I'm basically trying to use that analogy as saying, we've got that Lake Stiva, and if we dropped a refrigerator in the middle of that lake, it is so huge and vast that the refrigerator would make no difference to the height of the water. You wouldn't be able to measure any difference in the pressure that the water is exerted down or up or sideways. And then, so how can we comprehend that a plane wing would be affected by the pressure within a domed environment when it's hundreds of millions times bigger than the lake, and the wings only, let's say it's 10 foot by 4 foot. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand what you're saying, but I think you're missing the argument that's made. The argument that's made is not about the pressure on the wing or anything. It's about the fact that the plane's able to go in its first place because of the pressure that's there, because it's in a contained system. That's the argument.
Okay. Yeah, I understand you 100%, and I think I am just missing explaining myself to you clearly enough, and that's just because it is a complex.
I think I understand what you're trying to say, but I just don't think it's got to do with what our argument is about there.
Yeah, so that's on me. I didn't explain it well enough. I understand.
Sorry,
I'm
trying to understand.
A little bit more.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm saying it's directly on me. I haven't been able to word it correctly. It's only 5 o'clock here, so that's cool. Just think about kind of what I'm trying to say, and maybe we'll have another go of it at another time.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend.
You too.
And
I hope you're feeling better, man.
I'll talk to you another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Still here, man. Still here.
Steve Mold, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
All right.
Shot,
See ya.
man. Blessings, man.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Good night.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
This is what I was looking for, the hydrostatic pressure of Steve Mold. I'm going to actually share show. Watch this, guys. This is quite interesting.
Yeah, isn't it in the atmosphere the same? The lower you get, the more pressure you have.
Yes.
And yeah. Yes, it's the same like in the water.
Mm-hmm. Let's quickly share screen.
Oh.
No, it's the same. But they also have to understand water does behave differently than air.
Yeah, pressure.
Okay, this is Steve Mold. This is what I wanted to... This is the hydrostatic paradox. Okay?
Okay.
And he explains it actually very well, what I was trying to explain now to Aaron. That why the fish would still experience the same amount of pressure.
What? Why is it doing that? When I pour water into this funnel-shaped container, the scales go down on that side, as you would expect. That was 150 milliliters. Let's see what happens when we pour 150 milliliters into this side. Before you make a guess, I'll quickly run you through the setup.
Okay, wait, it doesn't really matter, but I want to show you the point.
This one, until they balance. There's a little bit of friction in the pistons, so I'm just going to vibrate the table.
Look at that. 550 mil in this one, and only 60 mil here. They have exactly the same pressure. More water here than there.
Same pressure.
because it has like what you'd claim a column
milliliters
pressure.
in here. And still just
Yeah.
60 milliliters in here. So how can different amounts of water weigh the same? This is the hydrostatic paradox. The hydrostatic paradox is the observation that the force felt by this piston is only from the weight of water in the column directly above that piston.
You see? And that's what I was trying to explain to him.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter
That's
if it's in a
great.
bigger pond. The fish will still experience the same pressure. It's only with depth that it will explain because you go deeper. That's it.
Okay.
Very good video, by the way, by Steve Mould. I enjoyed
That's a
his
good
stuff.
video, yeah.
I'm going to put the link in for everybody
This
in the
explains
private
it
chat.
good.
And I'm going to stick it in the YouTube land for everybody. So
Nice.
if you want the link, you are able to
Got to watch.
go watch it. By the way, guys, it would really be appreciated if you guys hit the likes and share the show. It really, really does help the show to grow. I appreciate you all. You're
What?
such
Sure.
a big blessing. Thank you again.
For sure, Will.
So, Luca,
Yeah.
you still there?
Yes, I am.
Nice, nice, nice. So, do you understand what Aaron was trying to say?
Push with depth, I guess. No, I don't.
He'll probably think about it properly and get back to me, though.
This was great.
I just have
Yeah,
to. I
I'll
just have to
probably-
say it's good to see Aaron looks a bit better. Shame he actually has been going through some rough times, so I'm praying for him. So I do hope it gets better for him.
Okay, so it's what type again?
So
No,
Lu-
I don't have.
So Luca,
okay,
you
whatever.
agree? Containment is needed for pressure, correct?
Right then.
Oh, I'd agree that the deeper you go, the more pressure will be exerted
It's the same
on
in
you.
the atmosphere. You lower you are, there's more pressure is on you. The higher you go, it's less pressure.
Mhm.
It's thinner, the air.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's contained.
Yeah.
Or, different gases exert different pressure.
You would agree that density does play a role.
Density.
Yeah, and because you get different density gases
Uh,
have different densities, correct?
Sure. Okay.
For instance, sulfur hexafluoride. It weighs more than oxygen.
Yeah.
So it's-
Different gases weigh different things.
Mm-hmm.
So you're spot on, I suppose.
And does it take more energy for a denser gas to move compared to a
But we're speaking technical here.
yeah.
Because the amount of it would be unnoticeable, but technically yes, it would yes, because it would go basically unnoticed.
Yeah, well,
Because the amount is so small.
but I mean, look, for instance, we understand that we live in a mixture of gases. Dalton's
Yeah.
law.
Okay.
Dalton's law. So we have a mixture of gases. And these mixture of gases all have different densities. And they're all
Right.
colliding with one another and colliding of all the surfaces all around us. So it only makes sense that the production, the place where the production of these gases are, and most collisions, is closer to the surface of Earth, correct?
Right.
So that's why the pressure is more at the bottom. It's got nothing to do with gravity.
It's the same with the water.
What do you mean the production of gases?
Let's, for instance, go to a cow farm. What's the main gas that comes from a cow farm?
A car or cow or what?
A moo.
Call it
Cow.
Methane.
I guess methane.
And it's quite a horrid stench, you'd agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of overbearing. It's kind of very overbearing.
Okay.
Now, that methane kind of lingers around of the farm quite a lot, correct? It doesn't really spread out that much.
Unless well, you can't always say that because you know
maybe,
when
maybe it's easier to say
it
like
stays
with the
for a while.
Yeah, maybe it's easier to say with the oxygen that it's at the lower, closer to the Earth. You know, because it's just like oxygen behaves.
Yeah, what I'm trying to make
unless washed.
The point I'm making with the methane, though, is, Luca, if you, that stench stays quite, can I say, localized to that farm. Okay, the further out you go, the less chance you have of smelling the methane.
You could say that the smelling.
But now,
the smell, like what produces a smell, those molecules aren't light.
Yeah, but now let's say there's a wind. That wind is able to carry that smell further. Correct?
Okay, yeah.
So what happens is methane is denser than oxygen.
Right.
But that doesn't mean there's no oxygen in between the methane. And it doesn't mean there's no nitrogen between the methane.
Yeah.
Because we have a mixture of gases. The problem is now, because the methane is denser, it takes more energy, so therefore it takes longer to disperse. Do you understand? So you can imagine that methane hitting into oxygen, oxygen hitting to nitrogen, nitrogen hitting into carbon dioxide, blah, blah, blah. It's having that dance of collisions all over the place. Now, the larger, denser gases is taking longer to disperse because they're having collisions constantly with these little less dense particles, and it's taking more energy for it to be able to move. Hence why at ground level we have more pressure. That's why it's 14.7 psi at ground level, because of this dance of different kinetic energy and potential energy games between the gases and the collisions. It doesn't really have anything to do with gravity, although the globe wants to say gravity. That's why when you go higher up, there's less and less certain gases. You can test this yourself. The higher you go up, you're going to see the denser gases are going to be
you can also
less
say,
sparse.
Sorry, but you can also say like the car, what has the same, power, would go on the heaven faster than it would go on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just because there are less particles, less gases.
Yeah, there's less friction.
Yes, it's just a mindset.
That's why the blackbird could fly so far at such high altitudes, because there was less friction.
Friction.
Conspiracy Nut says methane is lighter than oxygen. I thought it was heavier. Thank you for
Yes.
correcting me. It says
I was
methane is
about to
16
say
gram
that
per
as
mole
well.
and oxygen is 32. I didn't know that. I thought it was heavier, to be honest. So thank you. I was just
Yeah.
trying to make a point there, conspiracy nuts. Thank you for
Yeah,
correcting
I
me.
was literally about to say that when you stopped talking, and I could get away then. The next time I spoke, that was going to be my.
But I was just trying to make a
response.
point. That's what I was saying. But yes, if it's heavier, great. Thanks. But the point I'm trying to make again is you can even test this. The higher you go up with altitude, you'll see the denser gases fall off much quicker than the less dense gases, the higher you go up.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, it doesn't. Imagine, like stirring soup. Like, the like the spices or something on the soup don't just. Maybe I'm using. Okay, let's think. Like when you stir soup, the whole mixture moves as one mass.
Yeah, because you're putting energy into the system by mixing it. Yes.
Well, that's
And
what
it
the
has to
atmosphere does.
follow, and it has to follow the flow because of the liquid. It kind of is forced.
That's what the atmosphere does. It
No,
moves as one mass.
Remember, even though gas can be classified with fluid dynamics, it doesn't have the same properties as a liquid. The liquid and the gas are two different phases. They have different properties. Although they're both considered fluid-like, okay, it doesn't mean gas behaves the same way as liquid. Gas is not bonded to one another. Liquid is bonded.
What my analogy was trying to do was like the wind in this case would be the stirrer.
Okay.
Like it's stirring the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was analogy. That's why I was going with that. So
Rock says the sun is round and the moon is round. It's only flat when it's on a map. There would be no waves if it was flat. What? He also says the word on paper dies on the true interpretation, lives in spirit. 1 Corinthians 15:53. For his corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Rapture. See ya. No, that's not rapture. 1 Corinthians 15:53 is not about the rapture. Sorry to break it to you, Rock. But if you want to come in and have a discussion about it, I'm more than happy to do so. I don't know what's wrong with these people that's pushing the rapture. They're it's cult-like. It literally is. They're still defending that Joshua Malakale dude. They're still saying that he's right. The rapture's going to happen. Now they're saying it's on the 14th because now it's going to be at the end of the feast. It's like, what? Insane. Yes, Jolly Man. The barometer shows how air pressure is constantly changing, and the great thing about a barometer is it's contained. So it shows exactly what we say. Without containment, you have no air pressure. And yes, the hotter the pressure. So if you heat up a gas, its kinetic and it gains more energy, and its kinetic energy becomes more. So the molecules jiggle more, you could say. So it has more collisions. It moves faster. So therefore, the pressure increases. If you look at Avogadro's law, same. Yeah. Conspiracy nuts, yes, the air pressure is stable based on altitude because we live in a closed dynamic system. That's why. But even at specific altitudes, it does change ever so slightly. But it's very little. You can even see, you can test this for you guys yourself as well if you got a accurate enough barometer. Go to a location when it's summer and go to that same location when it's winter. You'll have different barometric readings, ever so slightly. But it's good to see you guys. Hit the likes, please. Appreciate you. By the way, I don't know why it's showing the vertical viewer count on here. So if you guys are thinking it's just 12 people watching, yeah, that's on the vertical stream. Just to let you guys know. And they've given 12 likes. So all 12 people have given 12 likes in the vertical. Appreciate it. You guys rock. Everybody in the horizontal stream, would you please do me a favor and hit the likes? It really, really does help, guys. You have no idea how much it helps. Because we only have 9 likes in the horizontal and 35 people watching. How's that working? No other globies wanting to come in and have a discussion on your globe. It is Flat Earth Fridays. You muted, Chris.
Come in. Yeah, sorry. We just said come in, Globals and trainers. We'll have to talk about it. It's just that the flat Earth is just more provable than the globe, and you don't need the math and this whole stupid crap and scientific and the NASA crap, and you don't need that.
I agree.
don't need it.
Conspiracy that says it's not dynamic. Dynamic means changing. Yes, it is a dynamic closed system. The system does change ever so slightly. Crazy. He literally thinks we don't have a dynamic system. So guess what, guys? We don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes, we don't have storms, we don't have snow, we don't have summer, we don't have winter, because it's not dynamic according to conspiracy nuts.
No.
Yeah. Insane.
I mean, it's just how the Earth works, you know. It's great, you know, that we know that we are in the center, and you don't in this universe and the flying rock, you know, through endless space. How would they know, you know? How would they prove this all and their numbers, and it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Glenn Sells. So we all have Velcro air. Yeah. That's what the globe teaches though, Velcro air.
Yes.
I've never seen air
It's
stick
just-
to anything, just to let you guys know.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys have seen air stick to something.
No.
Let's do that. Type 1 in chat if you've ever seen Velcroed air before. Type 2 in chat if Velcroed air is nonsense. That should be interesting. Let's see. See what we get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I so badly want coffee, but it's so hot. Let's see. Cheers, Luca. Thanks for coming, brother. Keep that beard growing, man.
You're muted, Luca. Keep it up, Luca.
Oh, yeah. My wife also wants coffee. Let me quickly put the... Okay, we got a 2 from Jesus or Return, 2 from Glenn Sells, and 1 from Smokey McBack. He says the Tesla turbine. That's not Velcroed air.
Yeah.
That's movement of air.
Yeah, the turbine wouldn't work in
Yeah.
wouldn't work in the vacuum, you know, or propellers, you know, like helicopters or something. It wouldn't work. So NASA is just telling much of crap, in my belief. I'm not angry about the Globers, but come in and have a discussion. This would be great.
Sorry, I just stuck on the kettle quickly.
Because
Yeah,
we
I'll
have,
just says to
no, we really have a lot of, how we call it, proofs that you can prove that it's flat and stationary and not that heliocentric belief system. What I was believing too, I had the same programming in the school.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've all had that programming.
But like you said, it divides you from God and from the creation and from the Bible and everything. No? Sadly.
Okay, the Tesla turbine is a bladeless centripetal flow turbine. So it's a movement of air, like I said, not Velcroed air. Look what it says. Invented by Nikola Tesla in 1913. It functions as nozzles apply a moving fluid to the edges of a set of discs. The engine uses smooth discs rotating in a chamber to generate rotational movement due to the momentum change between the fluid and the discs. The discs are arranged in an orientation similar to the stack of CDs on an axle. The Tesla turbine uses a boundary layer effect instead of the method employed by more conventional turbines wherein a fluid acts on blades. The Tesla turbine is referred to as the bladeless turbine, boundary layer turbine, cohesion type turbine, and Prandtl layer turbine, later named the Ludwig Prandtl. Bioengineering research have additionally referred to the Tesla turbine as multi-disc centrifugal pump. So no, not Velcro air. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's the air that moves the discs, not the other way around.
Interesting. Yeah, but it's also with the that we see too far, and that there are so much proofs, that goes to the flat Earth, and we can't know everything, but it's also with the stars, they're just great lights in the skies. How could NASA tell us what it is and if it's solid or it's just a story,
Yep.
Sadly. And good CGI.
Smoky McBaking, it does matter which way the momentum exchange goes. Because if you're claiming Velcroed air, you're claiming the disc would spinning and the air would be moving with the disc. No, it's the moving air that moves the disc. It's not Velcroed air. I don't understand why people don't get this.
Yeah.
It's like taking a hose pipe and spraying water onto a surface of something to make it move. That's not Velcroed water. The water's causing friction on that surface to move. It's the same as this.
Right.
Wind can push you, correct?
Right, yeah.
If you stand in a hurricane, wind can push you.
Of course.
Yeah, because wind causes pressure. Wind has a force. It's the same with the Tesla turbine. It's forced to move that disc thanks to the force of the wind, of the air moving. It's definitely not Velcroed air. Emma's asking, are you Austrian or German, Chris?
I'm Austrian.
There we go. Emma says, Austrian. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Let's quickly making my wife coffee, guys.
No problem, for sure.
Chris, tell them what you believe.
Oh man. First, my brother came to me with the idea that the Earth is flat, and I just said, "You're a crazy boy, and I will disprove you." And this is how I came to you guys, and we talked a lot about it, and it changed my mind, and it it brings it to the creator back and to the Bible, and you got a lot to think more. And I don't understand the people, that said this doesn't matter. I think it matter much that you believe in a lie, or you accept the truth. It's also the big lie is not, it's not nice, but you have to accept it at one point, that they are really lying in a big scale to us, and they're making a lot of money with this heliocentric belief system. And if people get confused, they're not grounded, because just a lie. So it's not easy to live the lie at all time. I see that the people, you're more grounded when you know that you are in the center, and it's just what I can say. It's a stationary, flat, and we don't move. So this is what I can say. And don't be afraid about the truth, because it's a better belief, and you don't have to live the lie again. It was the same with the final experiment. It was so pushed up, and we just saw a lot of crap videos and no amount of evidence. So sad. And I learned here a lot, and it's great to talk about it. And that's why I don't get it why the Globers don't come in and have a discussion just about it, because I don't hate Globers. Of course not. I was the same. But it's great to be a flat earther.
Sorry about that. I'm back now. Oi.
Great, sir. I also need the code. Yeah. You have great videos, so where you can explain.
I'm glad you like the videos.
Yeah.
I have to make
course.
time again to start making videos, though. I don't really do videos these days. It's just been too busy.
Yeah. I also stopped because, yeah. Maybe I make a channel again, but in Austria, there are not much people, You really have to be a little bit careful what you say. You're just the idiot,
Yeah.
But I don't care about that, but it's just when you don't reach much people, it's hard.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get there,
It's
though.
hard, but yeah. But hey, the channel grows. It also changed a lot with the final experiment in the Flat Earth Society.
I guess so.
It changed so much. Yeah, really changed.
Smoky Make Bacon, it's not about what physicists say or whatever. It's about the fact it's not Velcroed air. If I blow on this piece of paper,
Yeah.
that's not Velcroed air. The wind from my breath is pushing that paper. That's what a Tesla turbine does. The jets of air is pushing those discs. It's pushing it because of the force. It's Bernoulli's principle. It's causing low pressure and it's moving it. It's friction.
It's logical, eh?
Yeah, it's not Velcroed air. Velcroed air would be this paper here is just causing air to move with it. So if I'm moving this paper this way, the air is supposed to move with it. That's not what happens, mate. This is reality. Sorry to break it to you.
Right. No, right. You're right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great.
Jesus already returned. How is there multi-directional winds all over Earth? Maybe because gas is unbonded and it moves in all directions, and we live in a dynamic system.
You mean like the jet streams?
Sorry?
You mean like the jet streams, what are above, like the winds?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
that are
the phenomenon?
constants. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's because it's a closed system and it's not so small.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Smokey McBacon, you can
It's
come in
great.
and have a discussion. I'm more than happy to educate you on how gas works, because you obviously have no idea. Ek weet nie.
John.
Niks pypie gehad aan my kant. My child's looking for a pipe. Huh? What's a pipe? Ek weet nie waar dit is nie, my kind. Jy het dit gehad. Jammer. Vergeet van hom al klaar gegaan. Ai. What about Krypton?
Yeah, and it's like, you know, when you go, it's in the atmosphere the same, like it's in the water. You know, when you go above, it's less.
Mm-hmm.
It's less pressure and everything than you have at Earth. So
Yeah.
it have to be contained. It just have to be there. There can't be a vacuum next to pressure system. This doesn't
Exactly.
work.
So
You need a solid, like you said, a solid.
So December, I'm going down to the beach.
Yeah.
They want me to do a 5-mile observation. Shame. Such a small observation.
Okay.
But fine, I'll do a 5-mile observation. Going as low to the ground as possible and showing we can see more than 5 miles away. Very easy to do.
Yeah.
So that's going to
And
be
what the Earth calculator says at 5 miles, how much should be hidden behind the curve?
Mm-hmm.
At 5 miles.
Let's
How much
see.
meters?
It depends on how high you are. I mean, yeah, your height. Let's actually go
Of
to the
course.
Walter Bislin. Okay.
But how much is it at 5 miles? What the globe says, how much should be hidden
I'm gonna get
behind the globe?
I'm gonna get Walter Bislin's Earth curve calculator up now. We can check. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Share screen. Advanced Earth curve calculator. Okay. Let's
Okay,
see.
now we can look, yeah.
So if we at 2 meters,
Observed high, 2 meters, yeah.
let's actually say, I don't know how high, how let's say 1.6 meters, correct? 1.7. I'm about 1.7.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a short shit. I'm 100.
Target distance would be 5,000 meters.
Okay, so yeah, 1.7 meters. That's how tall I am. And let's see, the target distance, remember,
Okay,
we
you
said
said
5
miles.
miles, correct?
You said miles. Okay. Yeah. So how many meters? 5 miles? How much is 1 mile in meter?
5 miles is 8,046.72 meters,
8,000.
okay? Target size, just gonna say it doesn't matter. Just 1 meter. Really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
let's see. 1.7. So hidden would be 50.
50 meters.
50 meters, 50.5 meters hidden. You'll have 0% visible.
Yeah. Insane, yeah?
Sorry? That's my height if I'm standing up straight and looking out.
Yeah, when you're in your height, yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. So 50.560 meters hidden, guys.
It's
gonna be quite
50 point.
But that's now without refraction. How do we put their standard refraction on? Standard. Okay, there's a standard refraction. With a standard refraction, hidden should still be 41.8 meters. Even with their refraction.
Yeah. That's just 5 miles.
That's just at 5 miles, yeah.
Yeah. No. There you go. There you got it.
Great, and we're going to show we can see further than that.
So when you're gonna do it?
December. December.
Sorry?
December.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best atmosphere. Atmosphere conditions.
That's
December.
that's when the company closes and we take our leave. So going to the beach a bit for a few days.
You make it with lasers or what you're doing?
No, camera. We'll
With
use camera.
laser? With cameras?
Yeah, we'll do camera, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe
Have to watch.
Maybe I should take 2 mirrors. How's that? Do the mirror. Tell my wife and kids, hey, sit here. See you in 5 miles.
Yeah.
Make them hold a mirror, and then I walk up. You know, 'cause that's like one of the first kind of observations I actually was seeing around in the flat Earth was that mirror observation. Remember that one, where they did them?
Yeah, right.
Put a mirror on the floor
That's true.
over across the lake or across the ocean, or wherever they were, very far.
Right, with the mirrors, yeah.
And then they saw the mirror. So I'm thinking maybe I should do that. Tell my wife and them to hold a mirror, and I walk 5 miles away.
The same point, yeah. Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I'll show.
And they really.
Yeah.
You're cool.
So I'll definitely be doing that
That's
this
the point.
December, guys. Showing another observation that kills the globe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roger Ledwell, Jeff. I've got a feeling that Roger Ledwell is a different soccer account there. Not the same one. Let's see.
So it's Flat Earth Friday coming.
Joined 2 days ago. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a new soccer account, 2 days old. How come I'm on the vertical on my desktop? Lar, because you went on the vertical. There's 2 streams running. The one is for the vertical and the one is for the horizontal. So it depends which one you click on. I do just want to point out to everybody, I do put in the end of the title vertical. So people know, okay, guys, this one's vertical and that one's not. So the one at the end of the title, whenever you see vertical there, you'll know that's the vertical.
And it's also so logic with this, like the submarines, you know, they how you say they not talking, but they, you know, when there would be a curve, they can't communicate. That's what I want to say. Communicate with each other, and
Exactly.
when you have the curve, you know, and they communicate about large distance in the water with the submarines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the same point.
I think we're going to end here anyway. Was a great stream.
Right.
Any
Great to be here.
Any closing statements, Chris?
Yeah, thanks to be here, and sadly not much Globals come in, but
Yeah,
I
the
enjoy
globe's
it
dead.
anyway.
The globe's dead, remember, that's why.
I always Right, and I always learn much here, so thanks. So it's great show.
Well, it's great having you on, man. And great having everybody in the YouTube lands as well. Remember to hit the likes, hit the share buttons. And PJ is probably going to stream soon as well, guys. So do go and watch PJ. Make sure to go support him and give him a like. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night for another exciting stream. Obviously, we'll be doing something else other than Flat Earth then, because it seems Globers are too scared to come in. Appreciate you all. And appreciate everybody who supports this channel financially. Again, you guys rock. Appreciate you more than you know. So I'll see you all tomorrow night. Much blessings. I might, however, try now, because I downloaded PUBG last night. I'm going to try and see if I'm able to play it and stream it the same. So I might do that now, maybe for a few minutes. I'll see. So if you do see that pop up, you know why. Okay. Cheers, guys. Many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers, guys. All good.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
And it's ended, I think. End stream. Okay, this one's ended.